One of the hardest parts of communicating with students and families is getting all of those emails in and together, and it can be really tedious to type them all out into an email or to create an email list in email. It just becomes very time consuming, and then you spell one wrong and it's difficult and it's a whole thing. Canvas has made that a lot easier for you. There are easy ways to communicate with an entire class. Specifically, let's talk first about announcements. So I have here a yearbook course. If I go to announcements, which haven't sent any announcements in this particular course yet, I can create an announcement for students, which is like an email. This course technically isn't published yet, so just ignore that banner at the top. What I'm doing is I'm sending an email. I could say something like deadline tomorrow, and I can type out a whole email to those students, include all the information they need to know. I can attach things here. I can attach documents, I can attach media, whatever I want to attach. And it will send it out to all of the students who are enrolled in this Canvas course. If you have multiple sections, it will send it to first, second, third, or you can limit to just particular sections. You can send it out to just your first period, just your third period, whatever that happens to be. It's really convenient because it sends out to everything that's associated with the Canvas account. So it will send it to all of their school emails. You can send this to participants. They have all kinds of options. You can allow them to comment. It becomes like a discussion thread. They can add things, they can contribute. If you don't want them adding things, if you don't trust maybe the maturity level, you can take the comments off. Or you can require them to respond before they can view other people's responses, that kind of thing. You can enable a podcast feed, which is more like audio options. You can allow them to like the, like an emoji like you would on Facebook, you can like comments. You can also delay posting. So if I have an announcement, maybe I know I'm going to be absent in 2 days, and I have an announcement and I don't necessarily trust that the sub will get the information to them as adequately as I want them to get the information, I can set an availability time for the day that I'm going to be out. How long do I want them to be able to see this announcement? And once I've set those dates, it will send this announcement at that time. So if I know I'm going to be absent kind of on Thursday, I can create an announcement that I know will go to the students on Thursday that has the rundown of everything I want to happen that day in class. It will attach the announcement. Those students will get a little banner at the top of their homepage. They will also receive a copy of the announcement in their school email. So if your students check their emails, they should see this email from you. It'll also appear in the inbox of their Canvas account. So the announcement will come to them in lots of different places. It's really handy because it attaches to everyone who's associated with this Canvas course. So if you have any parents that are observers, they're paired to their student's email account, they will also receive this email. And any co-teachers who are associated with the account, everyone gets the announcement automatically. You don't have to create a list, you don't have to do anything, you just send it out to students. This is what that looks like. This is a previous course I have taught where I had sent out several announcements. I can reply to that announcement. Here's your late work deadline. You can reply, the students can reply. Everything goes back and forth, not only to your school email, your Gmail account, it will also appear here in your inbox for Canvas. So there's lots of ways to communicate within the announcements without having to create an email list for all of your classes. Another really, really handy way you can communicate with students, especially more specifically, is through the gradebook. So this is a previous gradebook from a previous class that I had had. And if I see that there are a couple of students here who didn't complete this particular warm-up assignment, and I want to remind them, hey, be sure you do your assignment, I can go through and type out an email individually to these students, or when I see the 3 dots here, I can message students who. This is very customizable. It lets me send a message relating specifically to this particular assignment. So I can message students who either have submitted, which is 34 students, or I can send it to who have not yet submitted, and it will automatically filter which of my students have not yet turned in this assignment, and it will send it to just them. I can even see, okay, who are those 2? It's these 2, awesome. I don't have any observers paired in this particular class. An observer is like when a parent signs up and attaches their account to their student's account, and they can see all of their students' work and progress throughout the course, and they stay attached. They're always paired for the rest of that student's Canvas existence. So I can send it to parents as well if I have the parents paired with them. It automatically populates this subject. You have no submission for this assignment. I can change this to say whatever I want. Turn in your work, whatever it happens to be, and then I can leave them a message here that says, please, whatever. I can, once again, I can add attachments, media, audio, regular files. Maybe I can send them the assignment again, be like, hey, don't forget. If I had students who were absent, if I had students who just didn't do it, I can send them all of this stuff directly through the gradebook, and I don't have to find the student. I don't have to find their email. It goes directly to their school-related accounts. If I have a student who I wanted to exempt, I can skip that so that they don't get a nasty email that says, hey, turn in your work. I can filter this to everybody who hasn't been graded yet, who scored more than a certain amount, who scored less than a certain amount. This is a 2-point assignment, so if I want to filter everyone who made a 50 or less, that's 4 of my students, I can send them an email that says, hey, you scored less than a 1 or you made less than a 50%. I'm opening it for you to try again. I can send them any kind of message, and it's everything that's specific to this particular assignment that I clicked on. Because I clicked on this assignment, that filter is only going to apply to the students who fit those criteria for this particular assignment. So if I said scored less than a 50, it's not going to be everything, all of your scores were less than a 50, it's just that you scored less than a 50 on this assignment. So it's very customizable that way. I can show students who have submitted, have not, any of what have not been graded yet. I can say things like, hey, sorry guys, it's taking me a little bit longer, it'll get done soon. They scored really well, I can get them congratulations, anything that you've reassigned. Lots of options here for communicating with not just the students, but also their parents and observers. And it goes to whatever email they gave Canvas. Very convenient. I don't have to create listservs. I don't have to worry about typos when I created emails. As long as they check their email, as long as they open Canvas and see the banner, these are some easy ways and quick ways to communicate on specific topics. I know when I get to the end of the semester, I will just go through the gradebook, and if I see people who have lots of zeros, I will just go through and quickly message with the auto reply of late deadline is this time. I'll just copy paste late deadline is Friday on lots of different messages, and if they're missing 5 assignments, they'll get 5 emails there at the end. So it kind of gives them a checklist, but it's quick, it's customizable, and you don't have to worry about typos or missing anybody.